the last of the Stuart kings, and for any Latin scholars on board, it comes from the Latin for James, Jacobus. When Queen Anne died in 1714, the loyal followers of James believed he was the rightful heir to the British throne. He had been deposed by Parliament during the so-called Glorious Revolution of 1688, and fearing for his life, fled to France. When Anne died, the throne passed to George I of Hanover. However, Jacobites were determined to see a Stuart king return to the throne, and they launched a series of military campaigns, known as the Jacobite Risings, in 1750 and 1745.
The first rising proved unsuccessful, so James II's son, Charles Edward Stuart, better known as Bonnie Prince Charlie, arrived in Scotland in 1745 to claim the throne once again for the Stuart kings. To begin, things went remarkably well, with Jacobite troops advancing as far south as Derby in England, but with no sign of the promised French support for their cause and the threat of 3 government armies converging on them, the Jacobite troops, by now exhausted, retreated. On the 16th of April 1746, the Jacobite cause suffered a bloody and humiliating defeat on Culloden Moor, just outside Inverness. The last battle ever fought on British soil.
This was far more than a military disaster. It also signalled the end of a way of life in the Highlands. Clans were suppressed, the Gaelic language banned, and the native dress, the tartan and the kilt, forbidden. As for Bonnie Prince Charlie, he fled through the hills and tracks by the south shore of Loch Ness. With the help of a woman called Flora MacDonald, he eventually made it to the Isle of Skye before fleeing back to France. He died in Italy on the 31st of January 1788 and was buried in Frascati, but his body was later transferred to